Hello, hello. How is it going? Ooh, perfect. I came in right when the song faded out. How's everybody's day? Good morning. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? I saw you DM'd me, right, on Twitter, but I haven't looked at it yet. Good morning, Nate. How's it going? Ooh, is that a new profile picture? Ooh, hey, Jay. How's it going? I like that. That's a good beginning. Long time no talk. It has been less than 12 hours, pretty much, almost, since we've talked. No worries, not an emergency. Yeah, I think if you want, it is say yes, no, Anthony. I'll answer your question live. Old pictures still getting set sometimes. Yup. Maybe eventually I'll change mine. I haven't decided. Hey Kuba, how's it going? Good morning. Is everyone excited? We're gonna make the iOS app today. It's finally happening. And I'm debating, I am going to record this one. Because I was going to record them all and cut them into videos, but that ended up not happening because that takes a lot more work than I thought. And I still need to finish the first one that I made, but the first video, I was editing it and everything. I still need to finish the last 20 minutes of that edit, and I still haven't done that. Maybe I could do that today. I need to add that to my list of things to do, because that list is continually growing. But here we go. Let's get into it. So today we will be making, and I'm gonna just pause the music for this, but today we will be making the iOS app. So we are finally making the iOS 16 app for this, the whole Vapor stuff that we've been doing. So we're making the app, and we previously used Vapor to make the server. And basically that's about it. It's originally, what I was going to do was make the iPad first, because I want this to be an iOS, an iPhone, iPad, and a Mac app eventually. And I was previously going to start with the iPad app because iOS 16, when I first started this whole project, it was still in beta. And I could download iOS 16 beta onto my iPad, but I could not yet download it to my phone, and I didn't want to use the macOS beta on my computer, mainly because I'm streaming the whole process and I don't want to be on a beta while streaming because that could end badly. So with all of that, I was originally going to start with the iPad app, but considering that iOS 16 is not out on the iPad, but it is on the iPhone, maybe I should start with the iPhone first. So what do you all think? And let me open. Oh, Nate, you bought me a coffee. Thank you. Have a great Friday for our stream. You see, I made the thing bigger because I was like, I can never see it, but now I can. So thank you so much for the coffee. I appreciate it. And so we are going to do iOS 16. And which one should we do first? So let me look up. Where we left off last stream. Because I kind of don't remember. Okay, there we go. You like the idea of a phone app, but either platform seems like a great starting point. More people might have iPhones than iPads. True. Good point. The whole point of why I was starting with the iPad was because of the whole beta thing. But because that's kind of not really an issue, I don't think I'll run into that. So let's see. I left off finishing the income controller. Did I add timestamps? I have not added timestamps to this one. But we finished income controller. We fixed account because I was looking here. The last thing on my to-dos was update the function as for the income and expense controllers. Oh, I did not do that, actually. That's why I marked it as in progress, so I would see it as the first thing. So technically, I wanted to fix the update controllers for both category and account. But maybe I'll just come back to that and do just work on the app first. So we will come back to this and make update function same as income expense, create DTOs. Do this next stream. When is my next stream? So I will not be streaming next Friday. I have a thing to go to, so sadly no streaming. But I think I will be on the 21st. So yeah, October 21st. There we go. So there's my message to me from me because I will forget. But I have to read this. I have to know it's here. So we will put this. Is there another status? We'll just keep it as in progress, actually. Okay, Anthony, your question was for the tracking app that I built a while back. Did I use Vapor to add and save the jobs? No, I did not. That I used SQLite. So if you go on my Instagram account, and I could drop the link to my Insta. So here's my Instagram. If you go to that and look at the story highlights, you can see how I built the iOS app. So I used SQLite, so that is basically an alternative to core data. And I realize I still don't have the music on, so let's get some more music. Did it start? No. There we go. Now it started. So I use SQLite, and it's an alternative to core data, and with that, basically all the data is saved on device, and I don't have any kind of cloud syncing at all yet. But here we go. What do we name the project? That was one of our questions. Name the app. We had CashPal and ChartCoin. Or I could just call it Expense Tracker, like in the Xcode project, and then just give the actual name of the app on the App Store, like a different name. Which might be what I do. Because I can't think of a good name. I kind of like these. I don't know. I'm not super crazy about either of them, but they're not bad. But here we go. iOS app. Next. Let's just call it Expense Tracker without a hyphen. That will be added. SwiftUI. We will include unit tests, even if we don't write some of them. That's awkward. I may cut part of that stream because you're not supposed to see where I save all my projects. Awkward. Oh well. I'll fix it. Okay, there we go. So we have the brand new project. Oh, that's different. What is that? Is that a globe? Or should I have made this as a universal Mac app? Or like a universal app? Hang on. Like a multi-platform app. Should I have done that, actually? let's see what it looks like. What's the difference? Okay, so here's the multi-platform app versus behind it was the iOS app. That's what you would have done, Jay. That's what. Oh, okay. Both of yours' pictures are similar. They both have gray in them, so I almost couldn't tell that they were two different people. That's what you would have done. You realize you don't have Xcode 14 yet. Oh, that's funny. You need to download it this weekend. Look at this really great repo. It is called Xcodes with an S. Right here. It's by Robots and Pencils. It's called Xcodes app. It is an easy way to install and switch between multiple versions of Xcode. So if you have the space, you can have multiple versions of Xcode on your computer. And this is super cool because, like, you can see right here, you can have like all these different versions and install like every individual one if you want, and then just like it's one click to uninstall it and it just sends it to your trash. It's a great. This is the way I manage and download Xcode nowadays. Okay, if I make a multi-platform app, it looks like this, as opposed to if I make the iOS app, it would look like this, which I think they still look the same. Expense tracker, content view, tests. These are the same. The only difference is there's an entitlement in one. And then I believe here, yeah, I can switch between all the devices. So switching back to this. Let's just go multi-platform because that's the way I want to go in the end. So we'll just close that one. One minute. I think, yeah, my phone's not on Do Not Disturb. Gotta hop away for 10 minutes, BRB. Okay, I will see you soon. What do we want to, how do we want to start this? So let's do the multi-platform app and see how this goes. I have no idea how to do this because I've never made one of these projects before. So we will see. Because don't people usually separate it like iOS specific like screens sometimes and then have like Mac specific screens here and there? Let's see. Our little planning board we had. Here's what we wanted the iPad to look like. Let me make this a little bit bigger. This was what we were going for. So we have the split screen stuff on the left with the dashboard income expense settings and then two different charts, which we will need to build. So that will probably be last, but we need to build the whole CRUD part for create, read, update, delete. And now that I think about it, I think I only looked at the charts. I haven't even made screens where you would like see your actual, like a list of all the expenses. So we'll have to build that at some point. Or that will probably be the first thing we build. So naming the app is still a to-do. This is probably the first thing is CRUD transactions. The answer for this would be because here was the question of whether or not something should be a transaction for an income and an expense, or just a single, or just two separate things for income and expense. And we definitely split that. And we need to do CRUD for categories. And that is part of the iOS app. And we will set this to in progress because that's what we'll do today. Let's do create. And I don't know if we'll get to all of those. That's a lot. Especially because we have no UI. Okay, because I was looking at with the split view controller thing. Let's search how to use that first. It's not even a view controller. What is it called in SwiftUI? SwiftUI split view configuration? Maybe it's that? Because that's what the iPad was going to look like. And then on the iPhone, I didn't design it for iPhone initially, so it's going to be an interesting stream because I did not have this planned very well. But that's also kind of the point of the stream, is so you can see really everything that goes on. We have navigation split view as the preferred way to create 2 or 3 column layouts on the iPad and Mac. Let's build for Mac. Not Mac, for iPad. Change my little preview. Anthony, very good experience to see. Good, I am glad, because you can see that, like, all the mockups I made, I thought of how this will look on iPad. How this looks on an iPhone? I don't want separate tabs for each of these. I feel like that would be a lot. But that's, I feel like, usually how it kind of gets split. Ooh, let's look at Creator View by Sean Allen and see if his tabs on the left that he had over here, if those equated to the same tabs across the bottom on an iPhone. Gosh, we're gonna close that. Okay, so on the Mac, that's what it looked like, which, yeah, those were the tabs on the left. Okay, here we go. iPad, I know we had a sidebar. I'm making something somewhat similar with the revenue tracking part of his app, but okay, here we go. Ooh, can I make this bigger? Oh, I can't make it bigger. Oh, I would have had to go to the App Store to make it bigger. Okay, but yeah, he has dashboard, income streams. Okay, that can definitely not be tabs. So he, I think, had to have chosen what tabs he used. Where did it go? Tax deduction. Okay, but that is that. So if we look at iPhone, scroll back to the beginning. Okay, here's all the different screens. I want to say it's probably a list on the first screen, because you can see everything, like the tax deductions, there's a back, YouTube stats, there's a back, business dashboard, there's a back, And considering all of those are these different things, I'm gonna guess this is a list. Is it a free trial when we sign up for his? Because I might just immediately download it. Oh, free features. Oh, I guess it's a navigation stack with a list inside. Yeah, you can use it for free. Okay, cool. Downloading it. Here we go. Oh, I could have put that next to the mic so you can hear the little ding. That's what I'm gonna guess it is. Let's see. Creator view. I have not opened this on iPhone before. It is a stack. Good to know. Very good. User research right now. Or not user research, but this is. What was this? Market analysis? Market competition almost? Navigation stack is new in iOS 16. Yes, it is. Right here. Navigation stack. So basically, instead of using like navigation link and like an is active boolean to like pop view, I call them view controllers all the time, to pop views, there's navigation stack. So I kind of want to see if we build this using this, because this is an iPad thing. Will that immediately transfer over in iOS? Let's find out. So I'm going to start with 2-column and explore config options. So first, we have a 2 or a 3-column. We have definitely more of a 2-column layout because the first column would be the sidebar. Right here, we have sidebar. And then we have some kind of content. But we don't really have a detail that we select off of this. Or we kind of could. Looks like... Okay, let's just make the 2-column and then we can expand to 3 columns later. So, navigation split view. Do I just drop this in the content view? Is this how it works? Let's see. I saw a sidebar and detail. For iPad compatibility, you'd probs want the navigation split view. Okay. It scales nicely down to iPhone, so or you use it in iHog. Awesome. I'm gonna look at his app definitely once I get off stream. Okay, first thing we have a sidebar and then we have our detail. Okay, I don't know how that works. What would be sidebar and detail? Let's keep looking. Okay, so their split view is a list. Makes sense. And then detail is a specific view based on some selection state property. That makes sense. So basically we need a list. And did they do a list with world store? What is this? Store. That looks like an array. A beta bug. Oh no. Split view visibility. Yeah, sidebar content and detail. Okay, so looks like we need a list of things. And then we have the navigation link. It's the list of routes or views you want to navigate to. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let's see. Let's just start with @state private var. What do we want to call these? We just keep making more errors. What would these be called? Options, places, what do they call them? These are called countries because it's countries in a list, but ours is more of a navigation. We'll go with what Jay said. Let's call them routes. And this would be an array. We had dashboard, income, expense, and settings. Oh my goodness. Dashboard, income, expenses. Okay, so we have that. We eventually will need to do something to add our little world. How did they put the little world there? Oh, they have it in a country cell. This is, what is it embedded in? A navigation link. Okay. A value and a label, is that what it is? Value, yeah, label, okay. Value would be... Oh, I need to use a list first. Oh wait, we need the list with selection? Oh, because we have to know which one we are on. And this is a string. So this is selection. And this is our, is it selection? Value country. Oh, because that's the closure. Okay. Or we could call this route. Let's do an image. We're just going to do person because that's the one I know off the top of my head. And text for route. Okay, we are still... Oh, we need to finish the detail. That's probably half of the error. We don't need a navigation title, really. We didn't put one in here, did we? What is world? When they use world, where does that go? Oh, it's up at the top. We don't need that. Okay, and what does detail look like? Details if let something equals selection. Selected is equal selection. I don't like this. I don't like these names at all. Oh, I did not type that right. Okay. Get rid of that. We have the view else text selected country. Okay. Oh my goodness. The keyboard was... And now we would have whatever view. Let's just do text selected. Okay, this should compile in theory. String conform to identifiable. We need... Is there an ID property here? Hey Peter, how's it going? Just getting around to it. You unfortunately are busy the next few weeks. That is okay. I am busy the next week, so there's not going to be a stream next week. I'm glad you could join here though. We are creating the iOS app. So here we go. Is this live? I think it is. Okay, if we click dashboard, it took us to dashboard. Income, expenses, yay! I meant to commit this before I did anything, so we'll do that now. We are in expense tracker that has a hyphen. I'll have to delete the other one. And let's add the gitignore file first. So a gitignore file allows you to ignore a certain file, so I always add macOS, Swift, and Xcode. Yeah, we need to go cd expense tracker. And then vi.gitignore. Copy that, paste it here. Create our new repository. We are going to add the gitignore first. And then add the rest of the project. Whoops, did I not put a message? I forgot a space. There we go. Okay, let's also make the GitHub repo while we're at it. Okay, I think I can show this now. Here we go. We have description and expense tracker. Let's say for freelancers, because that's kind of the target market I'm going for. Public, private, it is going to be private, actually. Private. Create repo. We just need this, git remote add origin. And there we go. Refresh. Here's the project. And that's how I set up all of my repos, like every single time. It's I create the gitignore file, commit that, then do the initial commit, and then push to GitHub. So awesome. Oh man, something in my eye. Let's add a README file. Let's do touch readme.md. And then this is Vim. I only use it for things like this. I don't use it otherwise. So we have this. What is this called? Expense tracker. What is this called? A multi-platform tracker for iOS, iPad OS, and Mac OS. Yeah. And we refresh GitHub, and there's our README. So exciting. This is so fun. I haven't made a new project in forever. Okay, we can close that. Maybe I should have kept that open, but that's okay. Okay, we have this going. What does this look like if we run it on an iPad, though? Was that one of these you can do? That's penning it. What is the one? Can we... What did that do? Selectable live. I don't know what the difference between those are. If we make this an iPhone, where are those up here? You wish you could control yourself in creating new projects. It is an issue. Okay, if we click... Okay, so that's what this will look like. It's not bad. I like it. Let's make this a little smaller. Okay, we have made the main point of this. Let's do... We need... Where did I make settings? Here we go. I did not draw this super detailed, but we will have settings. Inside of settings, at the moment, the only thing we have are creating our categories. And we could maybe, I'm thinking we could probably combine these because we combine them in the back end, so let's combine this. Hey Yash, how's it going? This fine Friday afternoon, we are making a brand new iOS project, so that is super exciting. And it's going well. We have made a multi-platform app at the moment. So for everybody watching also, if you like this content, please be sure to like the video. That is super helpful because I don't have any videos on my channel right now, really, except all the live streams that I've done. So that's really helpful. And you can also buy me a coffee So I have a Buy Me a Coffee link if anybody wants to. I just redid the stream alert, so if you do buy me a coffee while I am live, I will see it, and it's really big, and everybody else will see it too. So if you do that, I appreciate it, but definitely no pressure to do that at all. It's just there and available if you would like. No, it's not a new project. We are doing the same project, but we are finally making the iOS app that goes with the Vapor server side that we made. So we're making the expense tracker. Okay, let's do... We need a lot. We have to do income categories, and we have to do income expense categories before, and bank account before we can even do actual transactions, like entering income and expense. So let's do that. Yeah, you thought the stream title looked familiar. Yeah, that's why it's still counting up. We're still on this is 09. And we've only spent, it's only technically been about 20 hours of development work so far. It's really not been that much. And part of that is I'm streaming and I'm talking throughout everything too. So we have, where was it? CRUD transactions in iOS. Let's do CRUD income. We'll do that. We are doing CRUD categories. There's also CRUD bank accounts. That's what it is. Create, read, update, delete. We'll just make all of these large. And it is an iOS project. And what I was doing was CRUD categories. So we have categories. I made income. Are these not in order? What order are these things in? Oh, they're in order at the top. Okay. We did accounts. We did categories. Accounts, categories, income, expenses. And did I do accounts? No, I said accounts, so I created it. But okay, here, it's before we can do mark as blocking. Yes. This one is blocked by accounts working, and it is also blocked by categories. Accounts and categories. Yes, okay. And then income. This one is also blocked by accounts and blocked by categories. There we go. And you don't see that on here because I don't have that in the view. Display properties. Oh, maybe it doesn't actually display those. Oh yeah, it does. It displays it right there. Duh. Okay, let's do categories first. So we will be in the settings view. So right now, how do we show a different view each time? Yeah, because that's the thing. We're not showing the same view each time, or is it that view is passed a value, and depending on the value of that view, we then completely switch out which view that we're looking at? What is the name of the app you can use that you use to make that to-do list? This is, hey Vincent, how's it going? This is called Linear, so it is linear.app. This, the issue tracking tool you'll enjoy using, and I do. Here, I'll also drop this in the chat as well. SwiftUI on iPad, organize your interface. Yeah, let's look at what that does. Oh, this is the video. I heart linear, same. Did I show you linear, was it? You did, yes, linear is so nice. Oh yeah, I remember, because you were like, let's switch all the projects to linear. Okay, how do I do this? Because we really aren't showing lists of information that show all the same information on every single one. It's more like, depending on which one is selected, we show a different view completely. And let's... Can this be a dictionary so we could have like the image and title? Can I post links here? I do not know. You can try it and see. I think I have to approve it. Also, I need to plug in my computer. You've been trying out linear and it seems slick, but you wish it also had iPhone, iPad apps. Hey Kuba, they are currently hiring a mobile engineer to make that, so it is coming soon, hopefully. But no, I seriously do wish they had an iPhone, iPad app. They spent so much time making the Mac app, even though I can't tell if it's an Electron app. It looks really nice, but I don't know. But either way though, I don't think it is though. But either way, yeah, I wish they had an iPhone app. That's the only thing. I connect it to Linear. Yeah, they are hiring. I'll show you. I connect Linear to Slack, and that's how I do notifications. So like when I work in a team with this, like I can get notified when people comment on issues. So if you look at company and careers, bringing magic back to software. See open positions. Right here, mobile iOS engineer in the Americas. They're looking at their, this is why we're looking out for our first iOS engineers to help them build the app. The Swift with Majid article. Okay, awesome. It looks like a normal AppKit app, I think. Okay. If it's native, that'd be great. I think it is. I can't tell though. But I think it is. But yeah, here. Oh, not the job link, but here's linear.joinus. You've been looking at their career pages every so often. I follow them on Twitter, so that's how I saw that they were hiring a mobile engineer. I hope that goes well. I hope it's a good app, because I really like it. Perks and benefits. You get an M1 MacBook with a 5K display. That's pretty exciting. 5 weeks paid vacation. That's a lot in America. So, if you want to work at Linear, there you go. If they built it in SwiftUI, they wouldn't need an iOS engineer. What do you mean? If they built it in SwiftUI, they wouldn't need an iOS engineer. I don't get it. Oh, Jay, I don't think that link copied at all. I didn't see it, so... Actually, you said Swift with Majid. I know what that site is. Was this it? Was this like the first one? Is that the link that you tried to send me? If they built it in SwiftUI as a macOS app, then the conversion to iOS wouldn't be too hard. Oh, the conversion, sorry, to iOS wouldn't be too hard. Yeah. But also, SwiftUI on Mac, I've heard, is not up to par yet. Like, at all. Okay, cool. This is the post. Let's look at it. Yeah, I doubt this is in SwiftUI, honestly. So you can control the whole GUI with a keyboard. So like if I hit space, these are switching as I'm like highlighting over them. And like I could go up and down, hit enter. Whoops, did I just change something? Yeah, it's you can like change everything with keyboard shortcuts. So like clicking on S would change the status, and then I can go up, down, change it. So like you can control the whole GUI using just keyboard commands, which is really cool. It's the one that's linked right there, mastering navigation, SwiftUI navigation path. Awesome. You also put it in Discord. Okay, I think I found it though. I think it's the latest article that he wrote like 2 days ago. So let's see what this does. We have path. Path is of type product. What is a product? That's the thing. Like, cool that we see this, but I want to see the models behind this. And then we have whatever a store is. Store.products. Oh, this is navigation stack. This is for a single view though, right? That you would navigate in the view once you have like the view created. Not the split view though. Click the orange link in the article. Ah, I see it. Mastering navigation stack in SwiftUI navigator pattern. Oh, okay. There we go. Navigation stack still. Stack. Oh, this is navigator pattern. I wasn't sure which architecture I was going to use on this app too at the moment. It's relatively the same. We have all the navigation stack stuff, but we don't have how it would be, what the model would look like for this. Like, we want the icon and a title. Do we just use a dictionary, or... We can't use a dictionary. Dictionaries are not ordered. You've used massive content view, MCV pattern. That seems to be a thing. Let's see, what's new in SwiftUI? Yes, we have navigation stack. Oh, here's item. What is that? Oh, that's all the chart stuff. View that fits. Okay. What is a product though? That's what I need to know, is what is a product? Okay, let's just make a struct. Move my microphone a little. We have a struct. Let's call this route, because I can't think of a better name. It needs to be identifiable, so we have let ID is UUID. Let title is a string, and let image is also a string. Or I could make it an image. I'll just make it an image. Okay, so this route, instead of being this, we will make it of type route, and it breaks everything. Okay, so let's copy this. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh gosh. Commas. What is it? UUID dot UUID string? Yeah, that's what it is. Was that a string type? I can't remember. We'll see. Dashboard. The image. Let's look up the SF Symbols app. Put route. Oh, thank you. Super happy to chat about this. You're working on a blog post for NavigationSplitView to navigate to different types of views. Please do. I am ready. We have 6 errors and going so far. Just keep it as UUID. Okay. I always forget what it is for this. So we have UUID. Oh my goodness. D. Yep, it's a string. Okay, yeah, UUID would be a string. Actually, you know, technically this can just be... That can be that, and I don't need it. Hopefully that works, we'll see. We have dashboard, we have income, expenses, and settings. Even faster, right? Okay, now what were the images? We picked random ones, but they were kind of based... Actually, no. I did not pick any. Oh, yes, I did. This was the sketch that I tried to make. Where was it? Down here. And so these definitely are SF images or SF symbols. Don't remember which ones they are. But let's just go and try to find them again. Yo, this doesn't get smaller. It gets that... That's weird. It gets that way smaller. It doesn't get shorter, though. Interesting. Okay, so we have some kind of chart. Let's see. It is a chart... Oh, XY axis line. What is it? Is it Command C or is it Command Shift C? It's Command Shift C, okay. Income. What do we use for income? We did some kind of pie chart looking thing. Chart pie. Expenses. We did the down arrow. If you're in Xcode 14, you can just quit SF app and do Command Shift L. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We'll do it for the last one. Which one is it? Is it this one? Media. Oh, there it is. Okay. What did we make it though? We did the settings. Oh, I already know what that one is. It's gear. The one on the end. Yep, we got there. Okay, we need to rewrite this. So this is a route. And this will be requires that route conform to hashable. Really? I think, yeah, oh, I don't know if all these conform to hashable. Oh, I don't think they do. I think if it's a string, it would. Okay. We guess we won't use image. We will just use string. Because I don't want to write the conformance myself right now, because it kind of doesn't matter. And oh, not the image. We need that part. There we go. So we'll call this image name as well. Okay, here we go. Now we get into here. Image name will be route.imageName. Text is route.title. There we go. Okay, so oh my goodness. Route conform to string. Okay, selected dot title. Now it should work. Look at that. We figured it out. Oh, I can remove the .self now. Thank you. This has not told me that there's changes in this file, according to Git. Oh, I don't even have the file thing open. Either way though, let's go source control. Oh, it doesn't even recognize it. That's funny. Let's just close it. And open it again. There we go. Now it knows. Party. Woo. So this is iPhone. Let's look at iPad. How do we make the sidebar stay open? Because technically I want that to also stay open. Or will it? If I... Orientation, let's do that. Okay, so it does stay open on landscape. That's what it is. It's just a portrait thing. Awesome, look at that. We have almost built... We have built some things. So we need to go into settings now. And it only took us an hour. The XED command, what does that mean? It means Xcode text editor invocation tool. It just means open Xcode. It will open an Xcode project. Yep, launches Xcode application, opens the given document, or opens a new title document, optionally with the contents of standard in. I don't know what that means. But basically, if you have an Xcode project, like where you are, if you just type xed space period, it opens the project. Oh, and that's already open. No. There we go. Let's just do update sidebar in content view. It's beautiful. Why have you never known this? I can't remember where I saw it. It was somewhere. So we did that. We need to do settings. And that is why we had this article open. Was to figure out how to not only, because right now we're just doing whichever one is selected, just show text, which is what we're showing on the screen. We want to show different ones depending on which one was selected. Instead of making, I could have made this like an enum or something, but oh well. Because then we could switch on it, but what is this called? NavigationSplitView. Let's see what we get by Googling. Whoops. Enums for the win. That's what you'd suggest. Okay. Maybe we'll go back and make this enums. Let's see what Apple has to say. More enums. This is the Apple Docs, not... Oh, Apple says to use enums. Ooh, we will see. Oh my goodness. This, you know, iSight is sometimes good, but man, this... Yo, like 4 things have popped up on this site and I haven't even clicked on anything. That's excessive. 1, 2, 3. Jesus. It's too many. Okay, 2-column interface. Let's turn this expandable list into a 2-level. Ooh, they use a struct here. What did they do? Did they do the same thing? Name, image, yeah. All you wanted was documentation. You've got, yeah, right? This site's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but that was too many. Okay, they made a whole thing. What did they do here? Oh, because they made it collapsible, creating 3-column. I'm just gonna close that one. It's not my favorite. Answertopia, what is that? Implement split view navigation, and they are showing an old iPad. Oh, this website is very blue. That's funny, look at this. Like, the scroll bar is just like its own little thing. Okay, they have an enum. Okay, let's just make this an enum, because that's more fun. Okay, enum case. Cannot contain stored properties, I know. Case. Dashboard. What do we have? Income, expenses. Or should I? Or we could refactor this later. Let's do that. Let's create a ticket and throw it in the backlog. Factor in content view. We want to make rather than a struct labels iOS. Ooh, do we have another? It's an improvement. Actually, it's an extra small task. And we'll just keep it on a to-do. To be honest, if you make routes in enum that conforms to case iterable, then you can just use the same code with, yeah, all cases. Yes. Xcode is temperamental, it happens. Let's do that. Okay. List first, second, third. Oh, that's interesting. What is happening? You made a routes enum. The cases can take the view that you want to show and then switch on the enum details view. You hope that makes sense. Yes, it does. I think that's exactly what this one is doing. Not exactly, no. What this one has, first, second, and third. Sidebar content, this is the list. Links with an enum. The link to demo screen. What is demo screen? Okay, then eventually they get to all the different ones. Should I do that instead? Should I refactor now? I don't know. Should I refactor it now or? I think refactoring it now would be best. I just want to see something happen though. Okay, we'll refactor it. Okay. We still need identifiable. We'll see if hashable comes back in. You did enum cases can take in a view. Or we have case, dashboard, income, expenses, and settings. We can have a var for, what is that called? The image, that's it, image name. Let's see it switch self, there we go. Okay, image name. Return income. If you add string to the confirmation list, you can just do raw value.capitalize. We capitalize all of them, or they may change too, though. So or I could add just a raw value to all of these. Decisions. I'm just gonna make it variables for right now. It's easy. I'm gonna copy this. Oh, that was not the thing. Image is actually these. Okay, so that is that. We have title, we have image, and then we are going to also have view. Let's again switch on self, and for now we are going to return. Oh, interesting, it must be. Okay, then I'll use that keyword. If you don't add a raw value, it takes the case name and uses it as a raw value. You capitalize it, just returns the case name. Okay, I couldn't tell if capitalized meant to make everything caps or not. That's what I would guess, honestly, by that name, but yeah, I know what you mean. Let's do income. And we'll fill in real views later. Let's call it expenses, just so we can see that it's not what it was. Okay, we have built that. And we are definitely going to... It doesn't have conform to var ID. I don't think I can do this in a enum. Yeah. Can I do that though? That's funny. It's pretty much the same thing. Okay, now let's redefine this one. Yeah, you said conform. If we conform to case iterable, our route can be... What is this called? It's called route. Got all cases. Look at that. And then image, I changed it back to just be image, route.title, and then here we want to do .view. Does not like that. Type any view cannot conform to view. Can this be some view? Is that a thing? Oh, it looks like it likes that. Okay. Okay, income says income with lower spelled right. Dashboard is dashboard with all caps. Expenses. There we go. We have officially refactored. Okay, refactor to use enums. And now let's start making things. Let's make a new folder. What do we want to call this? App? It's called app. And we will move this into app. Content view can be an app. Actually, it's going to be second. And then I just don't like I don't like route just hanging out up there. It's weird. We'll just make a new file. Excuse me. Okay, why did all those close? Content view. Route. Find them. No, find them. Build. I don't think, have I even built this project yet? I don't think I have. Thank you. There we go. Move files. I commit a lot, if you can't tell, which is a good thing, but I do a lot. And okay, Loki, I really want to put SwiftLint in this project, and we're going to do it now. So here we go, SwiftLint. Oh, they literally just updated this 5 minutes ago. That's funny. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's really funny. Okay, SwiftLint. I have SwiftLint installed via Homebrew on my computer, so I've already done that. And I just need to drop this into a build phase. So if we go here, build phases, we create a new run script phase. Paste that there, we'll call it SwiftLint. And now we need a swiftlint.yaml file, and we have that going on. Gotta hop off. This was awesome. Keep at it. Thank you, Nate. Thank you. I appreciate the coffee, and glad that you liked the stream so far. Have a good rest of your day. You also commit a lot, but your old coworkers didn't, and I was like, am I doing something wrong? Turns out no, they just don't care about committing as much as I do. I need to commit things, otherwise, you know, we could have just completely messed up NavigationView. So I needed to commit that. So we did that, and now we need, where's the swiftlint.yaml file that I wanted to use? It's down here. Here we go. We're gonna add all of that. Is there an @ sign at the bottom of that? What is that? Build failed. Okay. Oh no. Is there an @ sign? Okay, good. There's not an @ sign. We do need... the one that came up. It's gonna build. Oh, why is it failing? This usually is super simple to add. If we uncheck that, that'll fix the warning that was right there. But we want to do, I want to take out trailing white space, and do I need to do included? Yeah, included source is expense. Yeah, expense tracker is capped. So vi.swiftlint. Oh, not build, in terminal, build. Oh, build succeeded. Oh, was probably because I had the SwiftLint file open. Sometimes you commit a lot, but once you're in the coding flow, you just forget. It happens. Okay, so we built this project, and it looks like we don't have any SwiftLint errors. So that's cool. Because, yeah, now if I... Oops, not on that one. Add a bunch of spaces. Yes, we get vertical white space issue. Maybe I'll change that file later. We'll do... SwiftLint. Because there's a couple other I've started using, and I use at work, so... Like, I like vertical white space, empty parameters, like I can add that one. Otherwise, I think a majority of this is... actually, I do want to... Majority of these are default, so like whatever's the default settings are a lot of these. Let's see what that one did. See, build succeeded. What kind of architecture am I going to use? Hello, by the way. Hello. I do not know how to pronounce your name. It is it Met? Or it's Met? Let me know. I want to pronounce it correctly. And what kind of architecture am I going to use? Close enough. Should I Google? Here, I'll look it up. How do we do? How to pro. PRONOUNCE. Here, what is it Turkish? Is the internet correct? What's it say? Does it say? Oh my gosh, why is this video so long? Met, right? Why did that video have to be so long? Yeah, you're welcome. I try to pronounce everyone's name correctly. I'm just not good at it. I am from America. We, are not very culturally diverse sometimes and can't pronounce anything. It's not English. Okay, yeah, what kind of architecture am I using? I am not sure. I'm thinking of using the one that we have at work, but with the whole navigation link, I'm not 100% sure just yet if that's what I'm going to do. And I really wanted to rename that variable. I don't like it, but okay, we did the refactor for the content view, so let's just check that as done. Okay. You've done that. What was the thing we were going to do? You're literally against holding variables in view. That's why you asked. Yeah. This is the content view. So, which I haven't even changed the name from content view because all this does is this little switching what all the main views are based on the sidebar. So I might just keep that like that and like call it a day, but we'll see. Whoops, don't delete that one. Okay, so we have that. What? We want to do CRUD for the categories. So we want to add, we only have a half hour, so maybe we'll wait. Because the next thing is adding like a list of the categories. So you can see a list of all the categories. I don't even know what this little box is supposed to be. Maybe we'll sketch a little bit more. Let me grab my iPad. Yes, we are in Xcode 14. Maybe we should sketch. So that's what I usually do is I sketch things out before I actually do any coding. Because if you don't know what you're about to code, like it's hard to write the code. So that's why I like sketching it out. So let me grab my iPad and maybe we'll sketch a little bit. Okay. And do I have the cable? I do have the cable. Perfect. Connect to my computer. You had enough generic routing systems written on new navigation API. If you are interested, though, you can drop a Medium link. I can't remember. I think try to drop the link. I think I made it on somewhere so that you can't drop links, but otherwise you can send it to me on Instagram or Twitter. Okay, let's see. Twitter then. Awesome. No, you can see everything. That's awkward. That's my green screen and what the room actually in reality looks like. That's funny. Here we go. Okay, so I need to move this down a little bit. We'll just make this bigger. Okay, so here is the actual sketch file that we're looking at. So here's everything. Settings. So what would settings really look like? Settings are going to be... We could just make it called categories. Okay, because we don't need any of that. We could just have kind of a newbie at documenting, but you got the point. Yeah. That is all good. Let me check if I got your message. I have my phone and everything in Do Not Disturb during streaming, so that's why. Yes, I got your link. Cool. Okay, so we have categories. Would we want to show a list like income and then it collapses? So it would be like income and then has like the little caret, then categories. And actually this caret would be this way. And then I'm gonna just erase account for right now. Let's make, come on, new. There we go. So you have income and categories, so then it would look like everything on the left there, we would have categories. I have really bad handwriting. I'm not really trying that hard either. But we have income, let's say YouTube, freelancing. And then it would say expenses. Ooh, this is actually a 3 cascading. I wrote income and categories twice. This would be expense. And then your expenses would be, that's the little caret. We'll just say gear, internet. It would look like that. So we could have a cascading list. Let's see what Creator View does. We could do that. Instead of cascading them like that, we would open a new view. So let's, can I make this bigger? Pixel? No, object. And this is an app called Mockup app that I've been using lately for any kind of drawing in mockups, because it has a little frame and everything, and we can like change colors and all sorts of stuff. So we have incoming categories. So this would be the down caret. So we have the down caret and then the left to right. So when we go to the right, we would have like income. And then now a list like YouTube. What else? What other income would there be? Freelancing. Instagram. So it would look like this. Sure, let's build that. We'll set that to the side and go back to Xcode. So we were in settings for that. So let's make the settings view. New group. This is settings and we will put it under app. Make a new SwiftUI view. And then we have a settings view. So we have settings view right here and inside of route. Right now we're returning this. We want to return settings view. Oh no. Can I do that? How does this work? So if I do that, this is a view. Why is this not working? Some opaque return type, but returns that do not match this. Oh yeah, because this is a view that is returned, as opposed to a sum view. It didn't like it when I just did this though. User protocol view must be as a type must be written as any view. It didn't like when I did that either. Let's see, build. Build failed. Any view cannot conform to view. What would this be? If I make settings, let's see what happens if I make all of these the settings view. Is it because of the text or... If I get rid of the any keyword, what happens? Okay, it must be written as that. Let's do some view though this time. Oh, and build succeeded. Okay. Guess I'll just make all the others now. So we have settings, we will have dashboard. We are going to have income and expenses. Okay, I want that to be up top and then they'll be in order that they are in the app. There we go. Okay, now let's expand all of them. And eventually I'll make more folders, but right now I'm not going to. Dashboard view. Dashboard view is going to say hello, or no. It's going to say that. This one will be dashboard view. Oh my goodness, why is that happening? Okay, what is it like settings view but not dashboard view? What is going on? Okay, I don't know what's happening. Let's just make the rest of them. Try use view builder in some view. Okay. I forget what view builder does. I like just never end up using it. Okay, we'll get there. Expense view. Ooh, this is the thing. Expense view and expenses is gonna always like keep. Okay, we have all of those. So let's do income view, and this is expense view. Okay, if we build, we still get the failed. Do that. Disabled by explicit return. Remove the return. Okay, now it succeeds. What does view builder do again? That just tells us that we're building a view. I forget. View builder. We have one possible. Hello world. If you use control flow statements for views or return multiple views, use a view builder. Oh, okay. So if you use, that makes sense. So let's run this. Because we actually have not run this on the simulator yet. It's blank. No, there we go. That is a lot of space. Dashboard, income, expense. Can we make this so it's not so aggressive? That's like a lot. Settings view. But we have it. It's good. I'm going to bring this back over here. Okay, we're good. Now, that's a big commit. We just did create views. Okay, let's collapse all these for now. Except settings view. That's the one we are going to make. We only have 15 minutes though, until I'm gonna stop streaming, so we have this, and we'll have a list of categories, so let's see. Let's look at the kinds of lists we can make. Oh yeah, the landmark app, okay. How did I draw this? We were just going to do categories. This one can collapse, and then inside of that we can navigate somewhere, so. What do we have a list that collapse? Okay, this is like a lot. Hacking with Swift. We have a content view. Okay, there's a list with a couple views. And then it's fetching from JSON. We could do this. Make a navigation view, just have those, and then eventually add in the navigation stack. Let's do that. So we would have a navigation view. Inside of this is a list, and we would have text for categories, actually not categories. We would have income, and expenses. Where's that title? We put it on the list. Categories, and then that's fetching from JSON, but okay, we could actually, I was leaning towards, yeah, something like this. So we have income, so we have this, but it's also collapsible. That's the last part that I would want. So that's a list with a for each loop, the section header. Disclosure group, that's what it is. That looks right. So label would be categories. And then content, inside of our content would be this. Is this how I'm thinking of building this? No, how did I did categories and then income categories. Okay. That technically does work. Do we need the list with that disclosure group? We're just gonna switch to iPhone for right now because that is like are we already in a navigation view? Is that what's also going on? Oh yeah, we already are in a navigation view, so we don't need this. Okay, that does that. I forget how to use disclosure group. Oh, I think it needs to go inside the list. I can't tell. Let's look at the Hacking with Swift article. Okay, yeah, that looks right. Oh, we have a is expanded property, and that's it. Let's do false, and then gotta spell it right. So what does that do? Why do we have to? Of course, you can modify the Boolean state programmatically. Yeah. Here, okay. That's a form. Do I want to make this a form? Probably. Okay, so we have a disclosure group. Why is the text not showing up? But also, let's just put this in a form. I was going for that look, kind of, anyways, in my head. Oh, look at that. Magically it works. Interesting. Okay, now how do we use this now? with the navigation stack. So once we click on income or expense, we can move. I think you can get rid of the list since it's already in a form. Okay, let's see. Good call. I haven't used, I don't know. I've used SwiftUI a good amount, but a lot of what I do is custom. Okay, let's do, what do we do? Create list for categories, or no. Actually, let's not commit just yet. But I do want to make this, there's a bug in my room, so that I wanted to make this like a header, or maybe, because I was thinking categories would always be there, maybe, but you could collapse it. So if I set this to true, then by default it looks like this. Okay, now let's see what happens when we make it an iPad. Not settings view. Let's go back to content view. Will this connect everything together? I don't know. Yeah, so that's what I would want. So then somebody can collapse this if they want. That's good. Let's keep that open. Then inside of here, now we want to do a navigation stack or something to go to link over to a new view. That view will literally just be a list. Okay, navigation stack list products. We just need navigation link. I thought we needed something else with this. Let's see. So yeah, we need a value and then the label. The value. Do I need to make an array? Does it have to be an array? Okay, this one doesn't have the value though on this one. I think it depends on which nav link I use. The one with the value, use it. I would need navigation detail. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Maybe, I think I might just stop here. Maybe I'll read up more on this, but I think here is a good stopping point. So the next thing to do is, you're basically still doing CRUD categories, yeah. Yeah, so that's still working. That's still accurate. Where do I want to make a new category? So that was the thing, was we have all of this. And then, so it would look like this. Where would somebody add a new category? Like, where would I put the plus button for adding new categories? You had to go make dinner. What am I trying to do? So here is the skip. Why are you having dinner? It's breakfast. Or are you making dinner for tonight? This is what we have, is this lovely little toggle list. And this is what I drew. So I drew pretty much exactly what we just made. But then when you click on income or category, it will take you to like an actual list. But where would I put the plus sign? Because, oh my goodness, there's a bug in my... Oh, I had the bug. Oh my gosh, there was a bug literally in front of my face. I got it, and then it didn't squish. So, okay. Would I just put the plus button right here? Like... So the plus button would be on the income or the category. We put it in a crock pot. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought about that after. I was like thinking make dinner for like having dinner now, but nah. So we have incoming categories here. Whoops. Is there a setting so I can't draw with my finger and I can only draw? There we go, finger drawing. Good. Okay, so we have income categories. So if you see, we would see the list of categories. So when you click on the arrow, we would be taken over here. That's a really bad arrow. Oops. We'd be taken over here, and then we have income categories. We have a list of your categories, but then there would be the plus sign. And then you would be, this would be create. This would be your create category. This is probably actually going to be a modal, then you hit done, or can I move this? I can. And this is cancel. Okay, so this is how we're gonna build it. But I need to still make the list of categories part, so when you click the navigation link to go over. But I think we're at a good stopping point. It's been about 2 hours, which is usually how long I stream for everything. This was a really good session. Like, look how much we got done. We can now see, if we go to content view, here we can really see it. Let's make this also landscape. So here we have our navigation split view. So we can click on dashboard, income, expenses, and we did end up, we added the, wherever it went, the route, that's what it is. We used the view builder, thanks to Yash, and added all of the new views that we created. And I'm doing this summer, so I'm going to turn the music off because I was going to do this anyways. So here is the sketch we made that we updated was this. And if we go to content view, we have this whole thing. So we have, this is really small. Let me run it on like an actual iPad simulator. It's still really small because I haven't made the font bigger. That's why it's so small. So maybe we'll make some kind of like, oh geez, something, it'll say something else than select somewhere. Why is that not centered? That's weird. But we have our dashboard, so it says dashboard view, income view, expenses, and then inside of settings at the moment we have categories. So that navigation title I should totally change. But we can have the categories and then you can click on them. That's interesting that it like full on highlights blue. That's obnoxious. But then the next thing is to hit settings, so you can go over to settings, like in the sketch. You would go over to settings, we would see all of, or not settings, but you would be on settings. We see our categories. You could click on a category like income or expense, and then you can go into your income categories. Then when you click the plus, we'll go into create category. And that is where we will leave off and start for next time. So if we go back to the simulator, that's so excessive. Why does it do that? Infinity plus one expenses, yeah. So that's what we have so far. So this was pretty good because this app did not exist before we got here. So that was all we did today. Thank you though for everybody who came and joined. Thank you for those who bought me a coffee. Be sure to like the video if you really like seeing this streaming series and seeing all the different things that we do every week. And I will see you not next week because I won't be here because I've got a thing to go to. So I'll see you in probably about 2 weeks will be the next time I stream. So Mehmet, thanks for coming. And thanks to everybody else. Thanks, Kuba. And I will see you all later. Bye.